Right, hi everybody, this is Chris2E0UKH and we are looking at the BlueGen hotspot. I paid £55 for this. I got it from DV Mega in the UK, and on the Facebook group it said they're going up in price, I think to around £60. Now the BlueGen hotspot is very cheap, very versatile. It works with BlueDV and Pistar, which is quite unusual. It works on VHF and UHF, and I have tested it on both, and it does work on both of them, VHF and UHF. And when you use this with BlueDV on Windows, you just plug the USB cable into the PC or laptop that is running the BlueDV software. You know, it's a standalone unit when used in that configuration. Now this hotspot will also work on Pistar, just like we're used to, and in this configuration you plug the USB cable into a Raspberry Pi, which has got a card on it, which is configured like we normally would configure it. Now this hotspot is ideal for travelling. It doesn't have a screen on it. You can use it from the browser. You can change rooms and talk groups using the radio itself. It's extremely easy to set up on the Windows configuration, particularly. You just download the BlueDV software, put a few details in, and you know, it's a very easy to use hotspot. Anyway, let's take a look at the two types of configuration we've mentioned, you know, in a bit more detail. Okay, so I've got it configured working with Pistar at the moment, so I'll just bring the rest of the setup into view. So I've got the BlueGen hotspot connected using the black USB cable that came with it. By the way, it's just got one micro USB socket on the side. So that goes into the Raspberry Pi, as you can see, goes into a converter. This is a Pi 0W, and the white one is powering it. That's just going to a power bank. This Raspberry Pi is configured, and it's configured to my wireless network, so it's all up and running. And this is the Pistar. This is the Pistar we're all used to. Now, I'm going to show you the other configuration now, with it running on BlueDV, because you know that's the interesting bit. That's what we normally don't have. Okay, so I'm on my laptop and I've got BlueDV running, and you know, here's the hotspot. There's not a lot to look at. There's a USB cable on one side, there's no screen on it, and I'm just going to plug this in to my laptop on the right hand side in the USB. So I've connected the USB, I've configured the software, and as usual you have to turn on the serial. And then you choose the mode. I'm just going to have DMR. And on the right hand side, on the amber section, on the section here, I do not have anything ticked. I do not have simple mode ticked. And you're hearing communication. And you can change talk group like you normally would do. You know, you might have a talk group programmed in on a channel.
Maybe he popped out of range, but anyway, well, I'm going to go back to work. Nice to talk to you, Rich. This is Rick W0RCY, Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
So it actually sets up a proper RF hotspot. You know, it's going out over RF. You know, I've got the DV stick 30, the USB stick, but It uses BlueDV, but it's not in this configuration, so this is pretty cool. And you can choose the different modes on the left hand side. You know, you've got DMR, D-Star, Fusion. And that's about it really. You know, it's pretty awesome.
Mike 7SHN, M7GPT, visual over.
So I'm just going to show you the settings I've used. So this is the settings I've used. You've got your general settings, your call sign, your COM port. If you look in Device Manager, you'll see the COM port that the USB device uses. You type in the frequency, 438.200. Radio power. You can put your latitude and longitude in if you want. D-Star, I've got D-Star B because it's UHF. Default reflector, it normally comes on. I've put 30 Charlie. As I'm filling these in, I click save regularly so that I haven't got to type it all out again. So that's the D-Star section, and I put DMR in, put your ID number in, QRG, that's error correction. I've put that on 0, seems to be fine. DMR type, so I've got Brandmeister there, and you enter your master password here. You know, the password for your DMR Brandmeister self-care. So you put your password in here. I've removed it, of course, and just to show you guys. And that's all there is to it. Save it. You know, you've got to be registered in the first place. Put it back on DMR. And this is a super easy to use hotspot. You know, so for the price, I think this is a fantastic bit of kit. Anyway, 7320 UKH.